the bolt of cloth, and it would be easier to do. It's a lot more expensive to do it this way, but it's also very chic, and it has a lot more like excess that you have to cut away. So border prints are expensive. Shop ahead for that. Shop backwards for the dress. And now let's take a look at one of my favorite things in the whole world, a summer sweater. I was at the beach this last weekend because my husband has the audacity to have a birthday always right around Father's Day. So his birthday was Friday, Father's Day was Sunday. Our friend Will had a birthday on Father's Day. So I know it's like hard, like what am I gonna get? But it was so much fun to celebrate. But this weekend at the beach, it was that beach weather I love, where you're in shorts and sneakers, but you need something else. Maybe it's a sweatshirt if you're being super casual, but there's just something about a summer sweater. Also, we live in air conditioning. So this is a beautiful knit that is so lovely. It's that kind of rickrack or that beautiful zigzag knit, almost like what's called a feather and fan stitch. And it's never coming back in stock, and it's at a clearance sale price. And I always get excited about sweaters, but we do not see them at $32.99. And the yarn is 100% acrylic. You're gonna machine wash, dry flat. You're also not gonna hang it. So, and this is again, a variation of what they call a feather and fan. And you can kind of see that, like there's the feathery part, there's the fan part. Beautiful, like a delicate rib stitch. Ribbing actually holds the garment in place, but it also finishes it. But I don't want you to hang this because it's not delicate. You can throw it in the machine, but sweaters will stretch, they will grow. And so we want you to either fold it and put it in a drawer or put it on a shelf, but don't hang your sweaters. No sweaters, from the Ireland sweaters I love to show you to this one. So this is called Sunrise. All sizes available, but only 300 left. So think if you're going on vacation, and I always do this. If I'm taking like a weekend getaway, I like to stay in the same tones. Here's why. The makeup all works. The jewelry all works. The handbags work, and the shoes work. And in fact, if you wanted to throw one more in there, like these 3 pieces on vacation with just a white tank and a pair of white capris, and you're done. So you're basically taking 5 pieces, and you have like this outfit, and then you could put this on top, and you have that outfit. And you know what you could even do? You could even take this and knot it over the sweater. I'll do it with the black. Knot it over the shoulders of your dress. This dress is everything. The next color is called Golden Sand. So if we were staying more in, again, this colorway, we could do that too. So stay with your neutrals. Once again, don't hang. This is a beautiful neckline. It's a boat neckline. I don't want you to stretch it out, and hangers just do that. And then we have a few in Midnight, which is gonna be your beautiful black and white. And even though I wouldn't put it on over this sleeve, and by the way, and there is the last color that we have at .com, which is called Ocean Breeze. There's only 150 remaining. You're not gonna put this on over this, but sometimes if you're a little chilly, you just need a little something extra. So there's no reason why you couldn't just take this and kind of get that chic little sweater thing going and knot it around your neck. Here's a great black and white with one pop of color getaway for the weekend. And then the next day you're just wearing, you know, a white tank, your white pants, and you've got the sweater. I don't know. I just love when we get to save so much money and everything works together so beautifully. Even, you know, the pants that we showed you, the palazzo pants, if you get the black palazzo pants that we showed you at QVC.com, awesome. There's Kalani wearing it with Attitudes by, or actually Women with Control pant. She's in the Sunrise. And in the Sunrise, you're going to see everything you see when you watch the sun come up. You're going to see your yellows and your oranges and your whites and that little like deep persimmon color that's so pretty. Will you need a tank underneath this? It depends on what undergarment you're wearing. Obviously, I'm a Breezy's Bra fan, but if you're wearing a Breezy's Bra that is close to your skin tone, then probably not. If you do want to do a tank, then just either close to your skin tone color, or you could pop a color underneath as well, because these are those little openings that you see, those holes are actually made by taking the stitch off on this row and then adding the stitch on the other. And then that, along with the different change of stitches, gives it this kind of If you think about Italy and you think about a certain designer and you see a lot of this kind of chevron design, and then you see commas in the price tag and you're like, okay, well, never in my lifetime, never my love, that's okay. This is just a great summer sweater at $32.99. It's almost half off. Once again, I'll ask you, please don't hang it. I can see that this sweater is starting to stretch because of the hang, and that's what we say for all sweaters. Even like a really, I would say like substantial knit, like our merino wool in a full like cable knit sweater, they will grow after a while. So that's why we always say, please don't hang. We do it just to show the colors. Please fold it up and put it in a drawer or on your shelf. And you've got a beautiful thing. I'm going to go back over here and just again look at these colors that we can travel with that are so fun. And also it kind of makes your wardrobe a little easier. You either love it or you don't. My youngest daughter and I got our colors done. I've loved doing it because I did it many years ago, probably almost 40 years ago, but it really kind of focuses you on this palette that you feel pretty in and you look good in. But if you're traveling for the weekend and you're gonna take sunrise, maybe you're gonna pop this underneath it because it's a little chillier in the morning, or do that hole just not around your shoulders. And then you've got the mock neck to throw on with these pants, which were first up in the show. And then if you happen to throw a neutral or even a denim top, you grab this. And then you add up everything that you're savings, and it is really, 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 really awesome. Will you buy the whole show? I don't know. If you love Attitudes by Renee, maybe you will. But if you do, you're gonna save over $180. That's why clearance sale moments are awesome. And I always find it interesting, and it's kind of a little QVC anomaly that this is exactly the same sweater we sold for $60. And I wasn't on with it then, but if I was, I would be making a fuss. I'm a knitter. I couldn't buy the yarn for that price. This is a really beautiful summer sweater, and it looks delicate, but it's not. The other thing Renee always does is help us pack so easily. So if you just take this and roll it and throw it in your tote bag, throw it in your lug bag if you have a backpack, put it in the suitcase. Because we live in air conditioning that can be freezing, we need sweaters in the summer. It's funny because you think, oh, you know, wintertime, you think of your cable knits and your turtlenecks and, you know, everything that we wear. But honestly, the air is blasting at your place of worship, in the grocery store, at the restaurant. I went out today and it was a muggy night. My husband and I rarely get to see each other during the week. So we had a very, very early dinner, and I had my cup of tea and my shrimp salad, and it was lovely. But I had a Susan Graver blazer on, even though when we walked outside, it was so muggy. And it's like, aren't you gonna be hot in that? And I'm like, no, because we're gonna get inside and I'm going to be freezing. And that's exactly what happened. So summer sweaters, super important. There's Maddie in Sunrise, AKA the third Tracy daughter. I'm holding it in golden sand, all your beautiful neutrals. I love the midnight, and it's not midnight blue, it's black. That's been the most popular. $250 left. Clearance sale price. At one point that clearance price will go up, and then we have it in that really pretty ocean breeze. So just like think of a very kind of coastal moment. Clearance priced $32.99.